I went to Fujian University in Taiwan, and that was really crazy because I don't speak Chinese, or I've never travelled to Asia before.
Recently, I went to World Youth Day 2013. That was in Brazil. We went to Rio. Started off doing a mission trip in Lima first before celebrating for the week of World Youth Day, and then finally ending up on the border of Argentina and Rio.
I was fortunate enough to be accepted into the study abroad program at Gonzaga University in Spokane, Washington, America.
I applied in my second year of nursing to go to Vietnam for an immersion experience in international health.
The school that I went to has a language centre, and I was friends with people who had come from Spain, people who had come from the Dominican Republic. I was exposed to so many different cultures all in one area, and it was so strange, but it was amazing.
I think this experience was really instrumental to opening my eyes to a wider world, to a bigger world, especially a bigger world in terms of my faith.
It gave me the chance to experience something completely different and the chance to broaden my academic and social horizons.
I travelled to Sydney with the Sydney campus, and then we took a group over to Peru and spent a week in Peru doing some mission work there.
So I went to Nepal as part of my prac. You get out there and get a lot of personal growth out of it as well, and you get put back in the community.
I went on the Experience of the World Peru, which was a partnership between the university and Caritas Australia. So where we were visiting Caritas's development projects in action as a kind of follow-up to the course that we'd been doing on development and Catholic social teaching.
It was the most amazing experience of my life. I had a little girl offer me half her lunch one day. I had no conception of how little she had in her life and how little she'd experienced. The last day we had a big camp out on Copacabana Beach, and everyone came, and there were about 4 million young people lying and sleeping on Copacabana Beach. And the Pope presented Mass early in the morning just after sunrise, and it was just an incredible experience.
In leaving the classroom and going out into the community, that engages a person on a much more emotional, experiential level, rather than just the logical and rational level, to the point that you actually can evolve as a person and as a professional in your vocation.
Yeah, I got the opportunity to travel to Western Australia to a remote community called Meekatharra, and I got to spend some time in a small rural hospital, as well as spend some time with the Royal Australian Flying Doctor Service, and go out on several retrieval trips, as well as GP clinics in remote towns.
I learnt a lot about how to deliver healthcare in a setting where there was very few resources. There was no access to x-rays or blood tests or even specialist doctors for advice about complex things that we saw.
I think for me and for all the people I know who went on that trip, it's really shaped the way our careers are headed.
To see hands-on experience things that you can study in development studies, to have a kind of an awareness of politics and international relations, but then to be present in that place.
Brilliant for us as students, as participants in World Youth Day, because we not only were able to celebrate World Youth Day, but we had an experience of immersion.
It's just given me a lot more strength to pursue my goals.
I think it's essential if you plan on making a difference.
An experience that you wouldn't get if you weren't at university. I know when you start working, certainly time becomes very tight, and there are other priorities. Being at university, you get these opportunities that are quite unique, and I always tell people they should really take advantage of the time and enjoy them as well.